What's up guys, I'm Josh Mosiman and welcome to This Week in MXA episode number 105, presented to you guys by O'Neill Racing. Thank you for tuning in to this video. We are going to be talking about some fun on dirt bikes these past few weeks. I've had a lot of fun riding, racing, and checking out and meeting some really cool new people. In this video, we're going to highlight some of the cool new people that I got to meet recently. One of them is Giovanni Perez. Let's talk about him and the epic race we had right now. So starting off, we were at the Paula Raceway for the Kurt Caselli Foundation ride day. It was an epic day. The first half of the day, I was helping out with the MotoDemption crew. Then we jumped into this race where I got selected to race with Giovanni Perez. So Kurt Caselli Foundation, they invited me out there to ride and to race in this team race they had going on. This is my first experience with this team race. I've done other team races in the past, but this one was a lot of fun. It started out, we had two riders. I was teamed up with Giovanni. I started off the race, because my bike doesn't have a Kickstarter, we put a stake up against it next to 21 other bikes, totaling 22 riders on the vet track at Paula. You had to start with one boot on. You had to run to the pile, grab your other boot, throw it on, get back on your bike, and complete a lap before handing off a pair of XXL Ethica underwear to your teammate. Long story short, I was late to the starting line, a little bit late to get there, but very outside gate pick. I got a second place start, passed into the lead on the first lap right away, and led the first lap. Had a ton of fun on the 2023 Husqvarna TC250 two-stroke. Then I handed it off to Giovanni Perez, and as you can see in this video, Giovanni, he has only one arm and he uses an attachment to hold on to the bike. So Giovanni, he is a combat engineer who served in the Army for 3 years. He served in Afghanistan and his group came out of Fort Stewart, Georgia, and he was in the 3rd Infantry Division. Giovanni, while serving over in Afghanistan, had his arm blown off by an RPG bomb, and now Giovanni has a prosthetic attachment that he uses with a carbon fiber forearm that allows him to plug his arm into the handlebars. Long story short, Giovanni is a savage, and it was awesome to be teamed up with him in this team race. It was a true honor to race with him, and really incredible to see how he was able to ride the bike and how he was able to connect to the bike with this prosthetic arm.
Made a couple passes, Gio's out there. It's a lot of fun. It's hard getting the underwear on and off. It's quite the experience.
There you go.
Did you see how he puts his arm on there?
Yeah.
You gotta get a close up of that. That's gnarly. Giovanni's gnarly for sending it off there.
Dude, the prosthetic came off and he still finished the lap.
He finished the lap one arm, dude.
So sick.
He's gnarly.
So as you can imagine, and as you can tell from the footage, it was chaos trying to get the underwear on and off. The other teams were cheating right away, and eventually we just started putting it over our arms rather than stepping through the underwear each lap. But it was a 20-minute moto, switching off every lap, but it went so fast because we were having so much fun. In the end, Giovanni and I think we ended up 20th, so we beat 2 people, but overall still really fun, and honor to be able to be teammates with Giovanni, and just a cool event put on by the Kurt Caselli Foundation. Let's hear from Giovanni right now.
So, Gio, this is your setup. Your arm is on the bike still. And you got the wide seat on there. And that's how you make it happen. Can you tell everybody on YouTube why you got riding with one arm?
Yeah, I got hit with RPG in Afghanistan in 2013.
Crazy.
Combat engineer in the Army.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your service, man. Everybody's proud of you. What was it like grabbing the bike after that first lap?
It was gnarly. I just had to hop on there and you got in first place, whole shotted.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of live up to it, but I did the best I can.
No, you did good, man.
Glad we're finished.
Were you expecting that whole shot? Because I was late to the line.
I know you were. You're the last one to the line. Last one to the party. You know, you got to show a little fashion and be late.
Exactly.
And then pull the whole shot. That's how you do it.
That's good stuff. All right. Thanks for letting me race with you, bro.
Oh, dude, right here, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Next up, I want to highlight our 2023 254 stroke shootout video that just posted on our YouTube channel last week. If you haven't checked it out, you need to go check it out now. This was a lot of fun. We had 7 test riders, 7 brand new 254 strokes. Well, they started out as brand new. By the time they got to the shootout, they all had about 20 hours on them each. But a lot of fun and a lot of good times testing those bikes. I had a lot of fun recording that video, and I did my best not to talk too long in the tooth about each bike, but just to hit the high points and the low points about each model and give you guys the final results in that video. So be sure to check it out, motocrossactionmag.com or our YouTube channel. Next up, I got a feature from the PanicRev Christian Motocross Camp. Last week before Christmas, we spent 3 days out at Lake Elsinore, and I was training riders and having a lot of fun doing camp games and so forth. It was a good experience for me, and every time I'm a trainer at the PanicRev camp, we do a summer camp and a winter camp every year here in Southern California. PanicRev also goes across the US to do camps up in Washougal and Texas throughout the year as well. I'm always at the summer camp, winter camp, and every time I get done with a camp, I end up as a better rider myself, because they say the best way to learn something is to teach it. And after 3 days of yelling at riders, telling them to put their feet on the pegs, to squeeze, get on the gas, use the front brake, get off the clutch, all those sorts of things, it definitely helps me remember to do it more myself. But I had a lot of fun riding with everybody at the camp, a lot of fun playing 9 square and playing camp games with everybody. And at the end of the camp, we had a motocross limbo game that we played at the very, very end. That was a lot of fun. Me and my good buddy, Darian Sinai, we were both trainers at the camp, and we both rode a little bit and played Moto Limbo at the end. So big thanks to John, Destin, Dylan Copeland, Darian Sinai, and the rest of the crew for helping out and for making it another awesome camp. PanicRev.com, check it out to learn more about camps and also get signed up for the summer camp coming up this summer. Looking forward to it. All right, here we go.
That works. Camp 3, day Rev, just kidding. Camp Rev, day 3, corner section, limbo. What, was it John's idea or Destin? Destin?
John, Destin, I don't know, I can't remember.
It was a team effort. Darian and I have been battling since we came out of the womb. And we battled in strollers. No, maybe not strollers, but you know, 65s, 85s. But long story short, 3 days of Camp Rev at Lake Elsinore. A lot of fun. Everybody here is tired. We played 9 square till 11 p.m. last night.
Yeah. 3 hours straight after.
I think it was like 11, 12 is when we stopped.
Yeah, riding dirt bikes, having some fun, learning safety, getting a little bit faster, doing the limbo contest. Been good times.
Good times. Nice guy, dirty rider.
Yeah, nice guy. Dirty rider, Josh Mosiman for you.
Next up, Anaheim 1 is right around the corner. Christmas is done, New Year's is almost here, and Supercross is right after that. Yes, we are excited. Motocross Action will be at all of the Supercross races in full force. Looking forward to Anaheim 1 to seeing what goes on. Jet Lawrence, he's announced that he will be racing at Anaheim 1 in the 250 class, so he won't be defending his 250 East Coast Championship title. He won't be running the number 1 on the East. He'll be running number 18 on the West. Austin Faulkner and Cameron McAdoo, they've also been confirmed to be racing West, so we're looking forward towards that. Jet Lawrence, all eyes are on him. This is his last race or last season in the 250 class before he jumps up to the 450s for outdoors. So it's going to be exciting and it's going to be interesting. I know all of the 250 riders are going to do their best to put a stop to his dominancy, but man, that guy has been on a roll and it's going to be hard to stop him this year. Next up, we'll go back to Paula Raceway for the Kurt Caselli Foundation Ride Day, where we have more clips. This time I get to talk to Anthony Picchione for his first day riding since his injury. He got to ride with the MotoDemption crew, which I was honored to be able to help out with that day. MotoDemption, they specialize in creating adaptive motorcycles for riders with disabilities to be able to still enjoy the motorcycles that they know and love. And long story short, it was a lot of fun out there. And we were on the vet track also before that race I did with Giovanni Perez. And Anthony, it was his first time racing since his injury at Mini-O's in 2021, or not first time riding since 2021. So pretty cool to be there for his first day, and really cool of MotoDemption. MotoDemption has camps. They provide bikes for riders with disabilities. They provide instructors, and they basically do everything they can to get guys with disabilities back on dirt bikes and back having a smile on their face. So let's go back to Paula with this interview with Anthony.
All right, guys, I'm hanging here with Anthony Picchione, and Anthony unfortunately got hurt last year at Mini-O's.
Yep.
What class were you racing?
College boy 250B and 450B.
450B last year, so this guy knows what he's doing on a dirt bike. I personally have a couple buddies who've been paralyzed riding motocross, and so I've actually experienced it with my buddy Patrick Longo last year. And now today, MotoDemption is here. They're giving out, they had 3 bikes for 5 different guys to be riding. they asked me to be one of the volunteers to help out and just make sure that everybody's going the right way on the track with how rutted it was and kind of muddy in a couple of the corners.
Yep.
But this was Anthony's first time riding a bike that was suited up for him, strapped in the bike. What was it like for you today, first try?
It was awesome. I fell over once, which I think it was a good thing I got it out of the way and knew what it felt like and tested the limits. But just kind of really emotional, you know, almost a year since I got hurt to come back out and ride. It was something I'll never forget.
That's awesome. Yeah. Awesome. So where did you come from?
I came all the way from Connecticut. It was like a 6-hour flight here, and then kind of made a little vacation out of it, staying over by the beach. So first time in California too. It's awesome.
That's cool. All right, guys. So Anthony knows how to ride a dirt bike. As soon as he hopped on this thing, I could tell he was a little bit nervous, but as soon as he hopped on it, he gave it a couple revs, let the clutch out a little bit coming out here, and I was like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. And we had some. I was riding with you guys. I was riding with Roy a lot, quite a bit, and but it was fun just to watch you ride. Anybody who's watching this video who might be in a similar situation as you, would you recommend that they go through the trouble of finding somebody with a bike and get going ride?
I mean, I would. It's not much trouble to just find the MotoDemption people, and if you can get to them, and they even have camps that they'll help you get to them if you can't. And I don't see the reason why you wouldn't. As long as you're comfortable with it, and you know, I mean, I was a little scared today, but just to get over that fear and kind of to end the story, if that's the last time I ride a dirt bike how I wanted to, was awesome.
I don't think it's gonna be the last time. No. I saw you ride today. That's not gonna be the last time you ride a dirt bike.
But just to get redemption, like they say in the name MotoDemption, I think the name is true. Like to get back on it, no matter how hard you fall off, and not let it end your story, I think is awesome. That's what it's all about.
Fly over, guys.
Before we go, I gotta highlight the February issue of Motocross Action Magazine. Check it out now on your newsstands or subscribe to the magazine via motocrossactionmag.com. Long story short, Pasha's Hasker Racing KTM 150 made the cover. I got my article from testing all 3 of the Pasha 150s in there. It was a lot of fun riding those bikes. You guys have probably already seen the videos. We go a little more in depth in the magazine as always. Be sure to check that out. Thanks for tuning in to this video. Hope to see you guys in the next one.